Say first your name.
Yes.
And spell it out.
Bailey Colbert. BAILEYCOLBERT.
Do you remember when you first started using social media?
I remember when I first started using social media. It was in high school, I believe, and a friend told me about Facebook, and I got Facebook, and that was a big deal because at that time people were either MySpace or Facebook, and so that was probably my first time. But actually, now that I think about it, Zanga was a thing, this online journal, and it was basically an online diary that everyone used to read and follow each other. So that was maybe my first experience with social media, but high school was my first time getting Facebook, and it wasn't what it is now. You would just go on it and check it every now and then. I had maybe a couple dozen friends, but that was about it.
Awesome. And when did you find, what were the benefits of social media?
The benefits of social media were fantastic. There was a lot of benefits of it at the time, especially since I didn't have a cell phone when I was in high school. So it was great to connect with people and figure out when people were doing things. And even if I go back onto my timeline from like 2008, I can see how my friends, we would communicate with each other over Facebook of, hey, what are your plans tonight? Should we meet up? And it's just funny because you wouldn't do that now, but the benefits have morphed over the years. It started out to be a great way to communicate with friends, and then in college it turned into a great way to receive photos from friends. People would upload hundreds of photos to these albums they would create, and that was a great way to share photos. And now people don't really do that as much, and it's morphed into a great way to stay connected, especially through events that people make, to be invited to different people's life's milestones. So overall, the benefits are staying connected to people, meeting new people, and just being in each other's lives.
Another question.
Yes.
So when did using social media start becoming problematic?
Social media was always great. I always enjoyed it, and though I remember when it started to become problematic or something of concern, I think it was the time around college when Instagram became more of a thing. Not a lot of people were using it, but I do remember the very first day I got Instagram. My college roommate, who had transferred to a different school, had come back to visit me, and she had only told me that she was coming, and we were taking walks, and she told me about Instagram, and we took a few pictures on this bridge. And I remember I was like, I'm gonna post my first Instagram picture, and I was really excited, and I posted it. And then all of these people started texting her and texting me and saying, oh, she's in town? Why didn't you tell me? What's going on? Why is she in town? And it turned into this big thing. And that's when I first kind of realized, like, people are watching what I'm doing on here, and people have opinions about what I'm doing on here and who I'm with and when I'm with. So that's probably my first time I realized that it could cause a problem, but I don't think I realized to what depth it could. It morphed into me seeing friends going out to different gatherings or events that I wasn't invited to, and making me feel insecure in that aspect. And it morphed into now me spending so much time on it. It can be consuming. You can get stuck on social media for hours and just be really unproductive and fill your brain with crazy sorts of things. I've kind of found that if you aren't shaping how social media affects you, then social media is shaping you, essentially. So I'm trying to be more mindful of that.
What led you to first delete some of the social media apps off your phone? Interacted with an influencer, and who had them influence or interact back with you? And how did that feel?
Yeah, so I follow many proposal pictures of the woman's caught off guard, and it's this beautiful proposal picture. And I really struggled with that for a while. Me and my fiance did, when trying to decide, do we want our proposal even captured? Because it comes down to the moment of the question of, is this good enough to just be a memory, or does it need to be captured and posted about? Or can it just be something that me and my fiance hold special, and it's just a special memory? So that's been kind of interesting to try to navigate being engaged on social media, because I think if I did everything that I saw on Instagram, I would be broke and in debt because it's ridiculous. Yay!